Today is what I would consider day one of my van life journey, in that I just bought a empty van and I'm moving out of a 2-bedroom house into this empty van that will become a project and a significant part of my life and lifestyle and investments of time and money and energy over the next however long it takes and however long I continue in this direction. Now, there's a lot of YouTube channels about van life, and there are so many awesome content creators that are really providing tutorials and demonstrations and how-to videos. I don't think my channel is going to be a lot about that. The main reason why is that I have practically no knowledge or experience about anything within the realm of building this van. So I'm brand new to this, and I'm just going to learn as I go. Now, of course, I have been gifted with all of these other YouTube channels that I'm now following and watching hours and hours of content on. And I'm realizing that all of these different creators have helped me so much already. And I'm only in the very first phase of this. I just bought the van and it's empty. And I have a few days left in this house before I move into it. So there's a lot of considerations that are being made. But all of these different YouTubers have brought so much benefit and knowledge to me that it's actually helped me realize I can do this. I can get involved in this, and I will find a way to make this work, because there's a world of content out there and really amazing people that are sharing such awesome stuff. So I feel that even though I have no knowledge or experience in this world, I'd like to share my own process and my own journey. And I think it will be less about tutorials and how-to videos and more about my mindset and the actual journey of life experience that comes along with this project. So in this first video, I want to talk about 5 mindsets that I have right now that have led me to make the decision to leave behind a normal home, whether renting or owning, and actually live full-time in a van. And as of right now, that van's not even built. So it's my 5 different aspects of my mindset that have gotten me to this position where I'm going to do this. So the first thing is novelty. And recently, I feel I haven't been experiencing that much novelty in my life. Certain aspects of my work and my relationships and my lifestyle and my health, these things have gotten repetitive and redundant. And so I've recognized that in order to truly establish novelty, living somewhere different almost every day is fundamentally novel. And so van life, I believe, will force me to make novel decisions, rather than having to rely on myself to choose to do those things that I find myself not doing, and thus why I'm not experiencing novelty. And I imagine that a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people get into routines where they wonder if there's more opportunity for them in life. And when you get to a point where you're questioning what experiences you have that are novel relatively consistently, maybe van life is something that will certainly make your decisions more novel. The second mindset is my mindset around relationships. Now, I find myself recently desiring deeper, more meaningful, more authentic, longer-term relationships. Now, when I say that, it seems counterintuitive to start van life. However, as I look forward, I'm realizing that having the amount of space I currently have has led me to actually spend so much more time alone. Whereas when I am in a van, I'm either spending time alone, but in a place that is remarkable, or in the place that is novel, that allows me to have a relationship with myself, for better or worse. Or I'll be in places where I'm visiting people, and my relationships will actually rely more heavily on those people. I imagine I'll be asking people for bathrooms or plugins or showers, or helping me build a part of the van. And so I feel, or traveling even, when you run into people, those more spontaneous ways of meeting people, often those relationships are more meaningful and they get deeper faster. And so I actually think that van life will be an opportunity for me to build better relationships or deeper or more meaningful relationships over the course of the build and over the course of the time that I live in the van. The third thing is finances. I think this is the most obvious question that people start asking as soon as you ponder whether or not this is possible for you. And what I've already discovered is that there are a ton of options, from van life that is extremely cheap and extremely minimal, and in a van where you can't stand up and living in a minivan and can cost almost nothing, all the way to totally decked out long wheelbase 4x4 sprinters that can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you really just have to decide for yourself where you are at and what your comfort level is, and then find a way to make it happen within that budget. For me, I ended up spending on the van significantly more than I really wanted to, and I realized that sourcing affordable financing for a van build at a decent dollar amount is very difficult. And there's different stipulations about age and mileage and the type of vehicle, whether it's a commercial vehicle or not, that led me to have difficulties even finding a van that I could buy and have financed, because I didn't want to buy a van within the amount that I could actually afford, I felt, to spend on a van. I felt that that wouldn't provide me a living arrangement that would work for me. So I ended up purchasing through a dealer, and I spent a lot more than I really would have liked. The fourth mindset that I want to talk about is lifestyle. So this is thoughts about how is my lifestyle now and how is it going to change as I begin this journey. So what I'm looking for is a lifestyle that is active and vibrant with time in nature. And I have a hard time making decisions to experience those things over and over and over consistently. So just as I described with Novelty, I find it important for me to position my entire life around making those decisions as easy as possible. The decision to be in nature, the decision to go mountain biking, the decision to spend time on the beach, the decision to explore a new trail, the decision to be in the woods. All of these decisions I could do with my old life, but I found that I'm not making those decisions and I have to make them over and over. So I'm going to do something with my entire lifestyle that fundamentally puts me in a position to make it as easy as possible to make those decisions. The fifth thing is my health. And I also imagine my opinion about health is the same as many other people, particularly Americans, but maybe around the entire world, where you probably want to be a little more healthy than you are. Maybe you wish that you were someone who made better decisions about what you eat, or you wish that you were someone who worked out more consistently, or looked a little fitter, or was a little stronger. And this is something that I desire as well, all of these things. So right now with my lifestyle, I of course can make healthier decisions. I can decide to eat this instead of that, or to go here instead of there, or to drive to the gym or something like that. I could make those decisions, but I find myself not making them frequently enough to which they get into habitual cycles. And those things are very difficult for me. So I'm going to try to jumpstart my health by making my home extremely small and extremely easy to put in places where I could be healthier. So